Hi there, this is Carlos Alcalá, and this is my application. And here in the application, as you can see, I have put the CV, the cover letter, and all the information. And in the video pitch section is where I have included all this information that you are welcome to explore and join at your own tempo, and that I'm going to brief you on what is the thing that I have prepared. So the topic is I spent 100 hours in a box. And here, first, the narrative for me is very important, like what's going on, what's the storyline. So let's put Jimmy or someone else in the box, and it's happening in another videos. He say that there is a monetary reward for Jimmy if he finishes the challenge, or there is a punishment, as well as there can be a punishment for other people. So we can play with the different variables, definitely. And the box that I have designed and envisioned is this the most advanced biotext box ever created. So I'm thinking about combining things around the world of physiology and biohacking and tracking the physiological functioning of human beings, as well as the most advanced AI and technology possibilities that are already existing in the market. So the idea is like, how can we explore what technology does and how is that affecting us, and if we can live in these environments. This image is AI generated. As you can see, it has 3 legs, so probably it's not the real one. And this is something that it could look like. However, what I have thought that is more interesting is this 3D visualization. So this could be something like really good that we could put in the screens. And I have added this modular LED micro tiles. So I was doing a bit of research on how to put this on the walls and how to create these hyper realistic, very immersive experiences. Also, there is this famous video that got virality some time ago of how they recreate these simulations. And it could be a very good opportunity also to partner with teams that are creating this type of content and this type of materials, as well as for the studios in Greenville to build one of these actual walls and screens that have been used in the Night Sky Studios, for example, for movies like Mandalorian. For inspiration, I have added these different videos and concepts and movies. So the one of solitary confinement, I believe, is something similar to this one. The one about VR, like the challenge on VR, is something that we can test different of the games that you were exploring there, as well as the surviving the prison. For me, this is relevant in the sense of we can show something that is from reality and something that is actually happening now, right? Also, in Black Mirror, we have the 15 million merits, which is this basically people live in boxes and they have to pedal to biking, as well as the White Christmas, where there is this egg with the consciousness of one of the protagonists, and then with this egg, the consciousness is inside and is trapped, and then the person is like acting in the air with these hand gestures, and she's like the personal assistant of the other person. And then the Mandalorian, because they use the LED walls, and 200 Days in the Metaverse, which is a video from Ryan Trahan. So those are some of my inspirations. And a nice switch that I thought is, what if we can build this box outside so they have like one-way mirror, and then the person is inside and is doing things, is interacting, and everybody can watch. So then it could be like a double social experiment of some sort, of how is to live in a box at the same time of how is to be observed while you don't know that you are being observed. So that could be interesting if the actual box can be built on the studio and then it can be moved outside and it has these one-way mirrors. It can be challenging with the whole LED micro tiling because it's opaque. However, this can be a very interesting experiment as well. And some of the things that could be happening here. So I have like at the beginning, the person that enters the box, they can be entered into the framework of being a darkness challenge. So at the beginning, the box can be totally dark. And that can be interesting for, let's say, 3 hours, 5 hours. And in 5 hours, then something start to appear on the screens. And then the person can start like considering that they are hallucinating, right? So this person has been prepared with all these physiological devices to track their brainwaves as well as the heartbeat, skin conductance, and others. And then while the screens are waking up, then things and images start to appear, and then we can record and film the reactions of the person. Other things that could be interesting is this with a drone or with a remote control car, like to do things in real life. So this is a bit of a dystopic future where people are living in boxes and then they go shopping by controlling things, right? So we could partner with Boston Dynamics. That could be like super really cool. And the other one is with this more simple remote car or with a drone, right? Like if we can with our head, with our mind, with our hands, we can control devices to go and have a function and action in the society for us. And there is a film, Surrogates, which shows and portrays this idea quite strongly, which is like people are at their homes and they move robots, right? There is an episode in Black Mirror that goes along these lines as well in the last season. And then at some point that could be really interesting if people from the real life, like real people or real objects, they enter the box, and how good are the illusions for the person inside the box to distinguish between what is real and what is not. So that could be like a nice trick to do, like at some point in including different things and see if the person is able to distinguish them. Also, that can be super interesting, like can with some of the AI generated technologies, then we could do things like the person is in the box, and then when they voice like I want to be in a forest, then by AI generating technology, they could show a forest, right? Like the voice becomes a prompt, the prompt goes to an image generator, the image generator gets projected into the screen. And that could be really interesting also with some video generators. Like how can us as an individual, so the person that is inside the box, can change what is going on in the box, in the screens, just by thinking or by speaking their thoughts. That could be super interesting. And there also, as it happened in the solitary confinement, the person outside of the box, which can be the boys, the rest of the team, they can torture the person inside the box with different images, different illusions, different like states of consciousness that they can induce through the images and the sounds. Well, I have put some of these more, let's say, more hardcore tortures, which is like video to induce seizures. So imagine just like being inside this box with the screens all over and projecting this. That could be like really crazy. In terms of production, also the box could be protected. The LEDs could be protected with this plastic glass, so then we avoid to break the equipment, which I'm assuming is pretty expensive. And there is some other videos and reference that I have put. This is really interesting as well, which is like the physiological devices that are tracking the person inside the box. So this can be like brainwaves, heartbeat. They can show real life data into the screens, right? So if I am getting my heartbeat accelerated, then this can be projected. And then we can develop different challenges that are connected to how the person is reacting with their body. So for example, we need to keep the person with 100 beats per minute, like higher of 100 beats per minute. If the beats per minute go down, there is an activation, and then there is a start to having a fire alarm, for example, or an iPhone alarm, like in the video of the solitary confinement. So then we are forcing the person inside the box to do push-ups all the time or to run all the time, as well as with the brain, the brain waves, right? So it's like a massive biofeedback device. So when the person is altering their state of consciousness, their state of being, they are also modifying what's going on in the box, and they modify that with the body and with the mind. And this could also show and portray in a more like moral, philosophical reflection on how we can be controlled by the machines. And the implications here are really good, which could be like, this box could be, for example, to heal phobias. So how much of the fear-inducing stimuli can be introduced into the person awareness and consciousness, and letting time to the person to self-regulate back into calmness. So that could be like a very positive application of the box. Maybe not for the video, because the video is more towards entertainment and more towards like states of, making fun of the person inside the box, but then it could be thought-provoking for people that want to develop and apply similar concepts. And also there are some other ideas. So this box could be utilized for other ideas that I have included in the brainstorming later. Some of the physiological measurements that could be tracked, as well as I found this video is pretty good about eye tracking. So this box also could have like different eye tracking and hand gestures devices. So at some point, like in Minority Report, for example, like Jimmy, the person inside the box, they could modify things with their hands, and then the whole box, the whole screen could be reactive. So, and as well with the eyes. Something like the Apple glasses that were released, like they are tracking the eyes. So the designing a technology that is connecting the screen or some of the screens with some eye trackers in the corner. So then the things on the screen could be controlled by the eyes. That could be also an interesting technology to explore. And also this is pretty Black Mirror-y, so it can be like either the static bikes or as well as treadmills, and then how can we create simulations where the person is moving and the whole environment is moving around them. And towards the end, something more relaxing, like soft music and a starry night. And this is the box that I have thought is 100 days, and sorry, is 100 hours. And I believe there is many other possibilities, implications, different situations where we can put Jimmy, or the person that is inside, into this journey around the merging of consciousness and technology and the interactions, and what is the most advanced technology that is already available and that is possible to build, and how to build this box that can have both consequences, like positive consequences, like healing phobias with this physiological biofeedback, or like inducing seizures, basically by overstimulating the person. And this is my proposal for the box. In any case, I invite you to explore the rest of the things that I'm going to record different videos for it. So I have prepared 3 other video concepts, as well as a big brainstorm with many other ideas that I can briefly walk you through it. And thank you very much. Looking forward to join you guys and to start creating these amazing, crazy things, because I love what you do, and I love the mission and the message that you're doing, and the impact in the planet is super heartwarming. Enjoy the day, and see ya, guys.